Tonight, before you sleep, try to remember what you had for lunch 3 Tuesdays ago. You can't. Now try to remember your 7th birthday. Almost nothing. Here's the terrifying part. You've lived every single day of your life, and you've lost almost all of it. Scientists estimate that by the time you die, you will have consciously experienced roughly 25,000 days of life. But your brain, it will only keep about 2,500 of them. The rest, the conversations, the Tuesday afternoons, the ordinary moments, quietly erased. Not because something went wrong, because that's exactly what your brain was designed to do. In 1885, German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus sat alone in a room and memorized thousands of meaningless syllables. Then he tested himself. 1 hour later, 1 day later, 1 week later. What he found changed everything we thought we knew about memory. Within 24 hours, he had forgotten 70% of what he learned. Within a week, 90% was gone. He called it the forgetting curve. And your entire life, every experience, every conversation, every feeling, is quietly following that same curve. Right now, as you watch this. But here's what nobody tells you. Your brain doesn't forget randomly. It forgets strategically. There's a part of your brain called the hippocampus. Think of it as your memory's editor. Its job is not to save everything. Its job is to decide what's worth saving, and its criteria is brutal: emotion, novelty, survival. If something made you feel deeply, joy, fear, heartbreak, embarrassment, it gets flagged and stored. If it was ordinary, a Tuesday afternoon, a forgettable lunch, a quiet evening, it gets deleted. This is why you remember your first heartbreak but not what you wore last Thursday. This is why a single traumatic moment can outlast years of happy ones. Your brain isn't collecting your life, it's curating it. Now, here's where it gets stranger. Think back to your earliest memory. Most people can't remember anything before the age of 3 or 4. Psychologists call this childhood amnesia. But here's the part that should disturb you. You were alive during those years. You laughed, you cried, you learned to walk. You had entire days of experience, and they are completely gone. Not stored somewhere deep, not locked away, gone. The child who lived those years, the one who felt everything so intensely, left no record behind. Science believes this happens because the hippocampus isn't fully developed in early childhood. So memories form but cannot be properly encoded. You lived years of your life that you will never be able to access again. Ever. Now think about what this means for today. The average person spends 6 to 7 hours a day on screens. Scrolling, watching, half paying attention. These moments feel like living. But they register to your brain as noise. No deep emotion, no novelty, no survival signal. Your hippocampus looks at your Tuesday evening scroll session and marks it not worth keeping. Deleted. Researchers at Harvard found that mind wandering, being physically present but mentally elsewhere, accounts for nearly 47% of our waking hours. Nearly half your life, spent somewhere your memory will never bother to record. You are living days that will leave no trace in your own story. But here's the part most people miss. This isn't just sad, it's a message. Your brain only keeps what truly matters to it: fear, love, wonder, pain, connection. Every memory you've held on to, every moment you can still see clearly, was significant enough to survive the cut. Think about that. The handful of days you still remember out of 25,000, those are the days your brain decided were worth the storage. Those are the days you were actually alive. And the question that should keep you up tonight is, how many of your remaining days will make that list? We spend most of our lives being busy. But busy doesn't get remembered. Ordinary doesn't get kept. Your brain is running a silent filter. Every single day, deciding which version of your life is worth preserving. Most days don't make it. And, somewhere, quietly, the person you were last Tuesday is already starting to disappear. The only question is, are you living days worth remembering?